in the beautiful new world that we live in.
Of
AI. I asked AI to find me some. I asked for fluffy movies, and then after the second one, it sort of named the chat romcoms. So it decided these were romcoms.
I love me some
But
romcoms.
I asked for 15 for fluffy movies, and I asked for per decade of the film industry, give me a fluffy movie.
Per decade.
Per decade,
Wow.
and that's about 12 decades. And of course, so I have 15 movies because AI cannot count.
Well, all you need to do is say continue, and it just continues to spout movies. Sure.
I asked them singularly, and I had to, after a while, because the descriptions got longer and longer and longer, so I tried to limit it down.
AI, you're not writing your memoirs here.
Another thing for the people who are not really versed in AI is very good with giving you suggestions and stuff like that, but you have to fact check everything. So
Yes.
these
Don't believe what you read.
these are the things that the AI has put out, but we will fact check them, we'll read them and fact check them, and we'll start with the first movie.
First movie, and I get the.
You get that.
Oh, I want this one.
I asked per decade, so which
Per
decade?
Okay, which decade are we in?
It's gonna tell you.
Oh my.
This is AI is very wordy, so she will read.
I am reading what
You
the
were-
AI said. Okay.
Yes.
If you're looking for a fluffy movie that is considered an evergreen and can be enjoyed across different eras, I recommend Some Like It Hot, 1955.
Yep.
It's a classic comedy directed by Billy Wilder and stars Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, and Jack Lemmon. The film follows the story of two musicians who witness a mob hit and disguise themselves as women to join an all-female band and escape the mob's pursuit. This is very correct.
Yes.
Some Like It Hot is known for its hilarious and fast-paced humor, memorable performances, and witty dialogue. It's a timeless and enduring comedy that continues to entertain audiences with its comedic genius, making it a beloved choice for viewers of all generations. Well, I agree. I'm not sure it's genius. I'm not sure it's hilarious, although some hilarious bits in it.
It's very in bit. Yes.
Yes, bits.
Rolling on the
Yes.
floor, funny. Yes.
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 It's unusual to have something that is just consistently funny.
But it's not a comedy or
No.
AI doesn't tell you it's a comedy. It's a rom-com.
Romcom, yeah.
So there is this romantic element in it. So but it's not in the way that we do rom-coms now,
Yeah.
I think. Because in the end, well,
It has some classic romantic tropes in it, like mistaken identity,
yes.
fake boyfriend-girlfriend, very much.
Fake, a lot of fake.
fake relationship. They are actually faking what they are as well. Both physically and their jobs. Actually, no, they were musicians.
They were musicians.
Yeah.
Saxophonist and a bass
And the
player.
bass player, yes. Oh my god, and these guys in drag are just awesome! I would say next to Patrick Swayze in To Wong Fu with Love, Julie Newmar, Miss Vida Bohem is Miss Vida.
But Miss
These
Vida-
are the fantastic.
Miss Vida wanted to be.
She was a drag queen.
Yeah.
She was not just
And
in drag.
these drag
These
girls.
are little boys in drag.
These are little boys in drag.
Yes.
But what I like about the film, other than certain more standard things, is that it's set in the 20s and they wear the 20s fashion to a point. Especially the boys in drag, they wear the 20s flapper fashion, and that's fun.
Yeah.
And this because it's from 1955, but it harks back to 1920. 5, and that's actually there's actually a date in it, which is an historical date. That massacre they run away from is a standard massacre, and I think it was 1922, but I'd have to check that. So 1922, harking from 55 to 22, so it is a previous generation for the filmmakers.
Yes, and everybody will remember vividly at least the newspaper articles of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
But for a very long time, Hollywood has done things about the 20s and then not done the dress. And this one, I remember Jack Lemmon running around in a flapper dress and that hat on Tony Curtis's choice.
Oh, so Tony Curtis makes such an elegant woman. Woo! And that bass player as well. Oh, yes. Oh,
so we liked it.
I liked it, and especially the play at the end with Jack Lemmon and the guy he was dating, and it says, "Okay, I just have to tell you, sorry, you can't marry me. I'm a man." And he says, "Nobody's perfect," and that is a nod towards all gays everywhere. It's like, okay, we are going to hit on this Hays Code issue.
Yes.
So that and Jack Lemmon, just come on. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Right. Yes.
We have more to go.
Number 2. What decade is this blue one? The 30s. We are in the 30s. So AI says, if you're looking for fluffy and charming, If you're looking for a fluffy and charming movie from the 1930s, I recommend Bringing Up Baby, 1938. It's a screwball comedy directed by Howard Hawks and stars Kathrine Hepburn and Cary Grant. Can't go wrong after that.
You cannot.
The film revolves around a mild-mannered paleontologist, played by Grant, who gets entangled in a series of comedic mishaps after meeting a free-spirited and eccentric heiress, played by Hepburn, obviously. Who else would play that? Bringing Up Baby is known for its fast-paced dialogue, slapstick humor, and the sparkling chemistry between its leads. It's a delightful and whimsical film that captures the essence of the 1930s screwball comedies and will leave you laughing out loud.
Yeah. Okay. I have actually seen this. I think
I've seen it, but that's a long time ago. I am not much of a screwball comedy person.
It's okay. It's mostly the thing mostly runs on the charm of Cary Grant and
I mean,
Hepburn.
literally, you can stop right there. It is. You take the right ingredients. It's like making a cake. If you get the right ingredients, we just dropped the paste. That's okay. Keep rolling. If you take the right ingredients, which would be actors, directors, of course, script.
I think this one probably is one of those play ones again. So this one's a no-brainer. This one's a no-brainer.
And this was right before or after they did the Philadelphia story, because that was also Hepburn and Grant.
Pretty much the same year.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the year for it.
So.
And we dropped one, so you can get it, pick it up. It's also blue. Next,
I want the green one. Yee! The 1920s. Okay, this one I have not seen. If you're looking for a fluffy and enjoyable movie from the 1920s, this is when you know it's AI, when it keeps repeating itself.
Yes.
I recommend The Kid, 1921. It's a silent comedy drama directed by and starring Charlie Chaplin. The film, of course, again, you can't make a mistake here. It's Charlie Chaplin.
He's famous for a reason. These people are famous for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. The film follows the story of the tramp, played by Chaplin, who discovers and takes care of an abandoned child, played by Jackie Coogan.
Yeah.
The Kid is a heartwarming and comedic tale of their adventures and the bond that forms between the two characters. It showcases Chaplin's iconic physical comedy and his ability to mix humor with genuine emotion. Despite being a silent film, The Kid still resonates with audiences today and captures the spirit of the 1920s cinema.
Yeah, I have seen it, but it was a heck of a long time ago.
1920s is...
Yeah.
You're that old.
I saw it a little bit later than that, little old lady. We'll come to... Maybe I'll do this for the channel at some point, so I won't talk about it a lot. The only thing that I would like to say is the Jackie Coogan that's mentioned in here is the Jackie Coogan for which the law was made, because he was a child star, and then by the time he grew up, he became of age, he had nothing. They squandered all his parents squandered all his money. So now there is a law. It's called the Jackie Coogan law that sets aside a certain amount of money earned by these kids for
themselves for later, so that their parents
cannot
eat it all
squander
up.
it. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that is good.
So that's this Jackie Coogan. So
now, and Charlie Chaplin, obviously, whatever he would make, it would probably be good.
Yes.
All right, I'm going for pink. The 1990s. If you're looking for a fluffy and enjoyable movie from the 90s. What did I say about IA? I recommend Clueless, 1995. It's a romantic comedy directed by Amy Heckerling and stars Alicia Silverstone, Stacey Dash, and Paul Rudd. The movie is a modern-day adaptation of Jane Austen's novel Emma and follows the life of Cher Horowitz, a popular and fashionable high school student in Beverly Hills. Cher takes it upon herself to give makeovers and play matchmaker, but soon realizes that love and relationships are more complicated than she thought. Okay, I have heard of this, but I've not seen it.
I have not seen it either, but we've all. I have seen Emma, the original play.
Sure, yeah.
And it's of Jane Austen's stories. It's not as good as Sense and Sensibilities or Pride and Prejudice. It's just. But I think it could make a good fluffy comedy with a little bit of sharpness here and there, because Emma makes a couple of mistakes, and I suppose she's gonna make those mistakes.
Yeah, I would actually like to go see this movie.
Okay, so it's yours.
So I'll take that one.
All yours.
Thank you. Yes.
We're out of pinks.
Yellow. I have a yellow. Back in the 30s. If you're looking for a fluffy movie from the 1930s, I recommend It Happened One Night, 1934. I know several people are going to squee at hearing this title. It's a romantic comedy directed by Frank Capra and stars Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert. The film follows the story of a spoiled heiress who runs away from her controlling father and ends up on a bus journey with a recently fired newspaper reporter. As they travel together, a comedic and romantic adventure unfolds. It Happened One Night is known for its witty banter, and that was the 1930s. That was witty banter.
It's witty banter time.
Yeah. Delightful performances and the chemistry between Gable and Colbert.
Yeah, and I actually did record a vlog about this. It's in the can. It's probably, as we're recording right now, it's not been out yet.
Aired yet, but
it will.
Should it be out before this gets out?
I have no idea.
We don't know. You will find out.
You will find out. It was good. That's the short. It's good.
Yes.
I put him on that list.
Yes.
And
of 1930s movies, is that one that you would recommend people?
Yeah. One of the reasons that we're running into quite a few 1930s movies is because when I asked AI, find me for X decade a movie, it found me like 39, and then for 1940s 1940. It's like, okay, let's try again, but so this is the second one for the decade.
AI, you know.
Yeah, well, it's dumb.
Blue is where we're going today. Oh my god, 1950s. I will not repeat what. Again, it's the same. I recommend Pillow Talk, 1959. It's a romantic comedy starring Rock Hudson and Doris Day, and it's considered a classic of the genre. Yes! Yes!
Yes.
The film revolves around two people who share a telephone party line and develop a love-hate relationship without realizing they've never actually met. They know that? Oh, they mean outside? No, that's not correct. Pillow Talk is known for its witty dialogue, charming performances, and delightful plot twists. It's a light-hearted and fun movie that captures the spirit of the 1950s romantic comedies. 59, that is, you've just done the entire 50s.
Yes. That's why I actually asked for a second one from the 50s, because this is the second one from the 50s.
I would say so that it is almost moving into the 60s. Doris Day is very much an early 60s
gal,
vibe about it. Late 50s, but moving in. She came into her own. And especially in these movies, because she was effectively the lead. It wasn't, you have a man and he has a love interest. It was
it's about her.
It revolved around her, feelings around having this annoying guy on the phone, and then she has her
boss friend. I think it's boss.
She's a career woman, and she played several career women.
Yeah, and these films
set the tone for young women in the time.
I think she did like 5 or 6 of those where she is the central character, and then Rock Hudson or somebody, the couple of them, come to her and something
because
silly
she
happens.
Always has, as a Tony Randall, she always has someone else that is also interested in her.
Yeah, and she's not interested in
she
them.
will never be, and he knows, and then Rock comes by, and then everybody goes, okay, that's...
It's actually, now that I think about it, these kind of movies in the 50s with her are very formulaic, whereas things like Kathrine Hepburn, yes, it's Cary Grant and Kathrine Hepburn, a couple of times they do a film, but they're not formulaic in that way.
And what formulaic in this is that you can point at the tropes. Again, mistaken identity, pretend relationship.
Always the Tony Randall character, who is always played by Tony Randall, who is the guy who's
the
interested
unrequited love.
Yeah.
But he will step aside for the dreamboat.
In the end,
Rock Hudson, because he loves her that much, and that actually makes that role work, because he loves her. And
almost
says,
unconditionally.
Yeah, go get him. Because he takes her home crying, and she cries for like 5 hours. Then he goes to the Rock Hudson character, and he's like, man, she cried for 5... Nobody cries for 5 hours if she doesn't love you.
Yes.
Go get her.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
At the end, we'll rank them, but
looking for pink. Oh yes, 2000s. IA recommends Legally Blonde, 2001. It's a romantic comedy directed by Robert Luketic. Don't know. And stars Reese Witherspoon. The film follows the story of Elle Woods, a fashionable and seemingly ditzy sorority girl who enrolls in Harvard Law School to win back her ex-boyfriend. This is really true, what it's saying. However, Elle discovers her own potential and determination as she navigates the challenges of law school and proves that she is more than meets the eye. Legally Blonde is known for its comedic charm, empowering message, and Reese Witherspoon's charismatic performance as Elle. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it was an enjoyable movie with a couple of points to make.
Yes.
It wasn't completely fluffy.
No, indeed. And it wasn't a romcom either. It was a woman's road to becoming her own person when everything in her world she was effectively a Barbie girl and didn't realize that there was anything else. She was okay with being a Barbie girl, but then she develops herself as
accidentally she develops herself as a personality,
and because she's going after Prince Charming, but Prince Charming is just,
and the comedy
is not what she gets.
The comedy is definitely there, but the comedy is definitely there, but it is a little short on the rom. I agree.
Yeah, because that's not the point. The point is that the prize that she gets is she actually becomes an actual lawyer, and she still remains to be herself. And what she was already is her strength in the court case that she wins in the end. It's just so good. I've not yet seen number 2, and it's so on my list to see because it's really good.
Do you want?
And that's number 1. Right. Okay. We'll go for blue.
Blue, 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 blue,
No.
blue, blue.
Blue. We are now... Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Welcome to AI.
AI throws us a curveball here. If you're looking for another fluffy movie from the 1970s...
I had some problems with the 1970s.
It is difficult. It is difficult. I recommend The Princess Bride 1987. Although it was released in the 1980s. See,
it does know that.
it actually acknowledges that this makes no sense. It has a whimsical and timeless feel that captures the spirit of the 1970s. Wow! Stretch. Directed by Rob Reiner, The Princess Bride is a delightful fantasy adventure that combines romance, comedy, and swashbuckling action. That's unusual that there's swashbuckling.
Yes.
The film tells the story of a young woman named Buttercup and her true love, Wesley, as they encounter obstacles, villains, and a motley crew of characters on their journey to be reunited. It is known for its clever and quotable dialogue, memorable characters, and its ability to blend humor and heart in captivating fairy tale setting. It has become a beloved classic and continues to enchant audiences of all ages. That is still correct. However, that is still not the 1970s.
It is not. However, it is a really good movie.
Shall we just count that one under the 80s? I'm sorry, I don't buy the theory of the AI here. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, but there was. I do have one for the 80s. I had so much problems getting it to give me a good one for the 70s.
Yeah, I'd have to sit down and actually think of fluffy. Does it have to be romantic? Because
that was the brief. I mean, you have
Yeah.
to make a choice somewhere.
Yeah, there must be one.
But Princess Bride, definitely. But we'll do it for the channel at some point. We'll rank it at the end, but we'll.
Well, if you've not seen The Princess Bride, go.
What are you doing
go,
here?
Yeah, go watch Princess Bride. It is very correct about dialogue. It is one of the most amazing things about the film is the dialogue. And I did read the book at the time. Not at the time, a little bit later. And it is hilarious, that book. It just goes even more so than this dialogue. So, yeah. Okay. Yellow it is.
Yellow.
Yeah, I was expecting this one.
Yes.
1940s. I recommend The Philadelphia Story. It's a romantic comedy directed by George Cukor and stars Kathrine Hepburn, Cary Grant, and James Stewart. The film follows the story of the wealthy socialite played by Hepburn, who is about to get married and finds herself caught in a love triangle with her ex-husband, Grant, and a charming reporter, Stewart, assigned to cover her wedding. You will notice that both of these are not the guy she is marrying.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Story is known for its sparkling dialogue. We see a trend here. Sophisticated humor and impeccable performances. That's very true. It's impeccable. It's a light-hearted and entertaining film that showcases the wit and glamour of the 40s romantic comedies. And this is 1940. They have had now a decade to get good at this.
Yes. And they are.
And it's excellent.
It is excellent.
Yeah, it is after play, I think.
Yes. So it's also so literally well rehearsed, well thought out, well tested, well rehearsed, well everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. One of the things that struck me when watching it fairly recently is how young she actually is. And she is a socialite in the sense that she is, apart from the normal sense, she has not really been exposed to much of like the world out there. She's just filthy rich.
But she's been married once already and divorced once already.
Yeah, so she probably got married at 18, divorced at 20, and now she's 21 or 22 and she's looking into marrying somebody else.
Number 2, yeah.
And all the men around her are significantly older. As in 5 to 10 years. I'm not meaning like, could be their dads, but and that's she doesn't. I really feel like it's still a little bit of a Cinderella situation. She doesn't have terribly much options other than say, "Hey, guys, beat it. I am just not gonna get married." That's really. Am I getting married or am I not getting married? Those are the two options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So it's fluffy because it's funny and
it ends well.
There's a lot more to say about it. It's not just fluffy.
It's not just fluffy, no.
Which a good movie shouldn't be just fluffy.
Quite.
Well, a good fluffy movie. Anyway, let's go for green.
We will do this one on the channel at some point. I'm sure.
Yes, we will. Right, 1960s. Breakfast at Tiffany's.
The other Hepburn.
Now, under fluffy. No. No. I just can't. It's a lot fluffier than the book, but really, no.
It's a little short on fluff, yeah.
It's a romantic comedy. Okay, directed by Blake Edwards and stars Audrey Hepburn. Hallelujah, the first Audrey Hepburn on this channel. And George Papard, also the first
George Papard on this channel, possibly the only one.
but Audrey is really the one I care about. The film is based on Truman Capote's novella and follows the story of Holly Golightly, a young woman in New York City who lives a glamorous and unconventional lifestyle. She forms a connection with her neighbor, a struggling writer played by Papard. Breakfast at Tiffany's is known for its iconic portrayal of Audrey Hepburn as Holly Golightly, and its stylish visuals and memorable music, including the classic song Moon River, should never have been in the movie. It's a charming and whimsical film. No. that captures the spirit of the 1960s.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it tried to do that. And it has become a beloved classic. A classic, yes. But I don't hear...
Romcom, no.
A fluffy? No. Oh my god. Yes, stylish. Yes. Stylish. We can talk about that. But Audrey... I think this was a case of you're gonna use Audrey if she's not the perfect actress for this, because we have Audrey, and there is only one Audrey. There are some. I mean, there's only one Liz Taylor.
Yeah, it is still a case of they have an actress and
start making stuff.
Yeah.
And even if it's not the exact right fit, and the thing that they used Moon River. That was absolutely not something that Holly Golightly would ever do. Did help connect the audience to Audrey as Holly Golightly.
This movie
lightened it up.
This book by Capote is about a heartless hooker.
Yeah.
And the film is not at all about that, thank God.
Maybe they weren't allowed to put... Well, no. This is 96. No, 61. We're still in the Hays Code.
Yeah.
But they're starting to push it away. So, yeah, difficult. I would say that this requires a longer thought and
a longer talk. Yeah.
All that AI interpretation makes no sense.
No.
Let's go for Bluey. The 90s. Father of the Bride, 1991.
I have seen this one.
I did see it. It was the Steve Martin one. A delightful comedy directed by Charles Shire and starring Steve Martin. Hey, I'm right. Diane Keaton and Martin Short. It's actually nice to have Diane Keaton as in an older role, as the mom, etc., etc. The film
tells wonderful.
Yeah. The film tells the story of George Banks, a loving father. Yes, it's male-centric. We have stopped doing that now, thank God. Who is thrown into a whirlwind of comedic chaos when his daughter announces her engagement. As he navigates the wedding preparations, George's overprotective nature and comedic misadventures provide plenty of light-hearted moments. It is known for its heartwarming family dynamics, endearing performances, and humorous situations that many can relate to when it comes to wedding planning. It's a feel-good movie that will make you laugh and tug at its heartstrings. I think one of the selling points of this movie is definitely that weddings, everybody has had to do them, had to go to them, had to organize them for their kids or whomever, and had to show up. So...
Yeah.
Wedding movies tend to work.
Yeah, this is also a remake of a 1950s movie with Spencer Tracy as the dad and Elizabeth Taylor as the daughter. And yeah, because it's a remake from a 50s thing. It has a 50s vibe. It is a new a 1991 interpretation, but you said male centric. This thing is old fashioned already.
Yep.
When they made it,
The
it was
fact
old-fashioned.
it's all about his feelings and reactions to what all these women in his life are doing. And in the end, one of the things I really object to in both movies is that in the end the mother says we need to give her the day of her life and what it costs, whatever it costs. And then he just says, okay, well, whatever it costs. Well, the numbers were astronomical. Yeah. And you shouldn't be spending that on one day.
Yeah, and the 50s one, the 50s one had an interesting juxtaposition because the Spencer Tracy character, who was a dad and has a 20-year-old girl, was young, married in the 30s, and he basically says we didn't do that in the 30s, and then the mom says because now it's the 50s, we do it differently, and that is an interesting.
We are not in the Great Depression,
and that is something that the 1991 film cannot make.
No, because they were in the 70s and they were fine in the 70s.
So I like the 51 version in that way better because it's very much a window into 1951 versus 1931. When he was young, and it shows that they are aware that the world has actually changed a lot. This movie, this 1991 movie, does a fluffy comedy.
Yes, and that's one of the things that Steve Martin, I find him not as interesting as some other comedic male actors that could put more gravitas into the depth of it. He does the physical comedy very well and the flabbergastedness and all of that. But I would have chosen a different actor with more gravitas because they did that for the 1950s movie.
Yeah, it's Spencer Tracy.
You take a proper
Spencer Tracy was also
actor for it.
Spencer Tracy was also known for comedies, but he was also known for dramatic stuff. Mm-hmm. He could do it all.
Yeah.
So.
I'll go for that one. Oh, not fluffy. Right. Here goes AI. If you're looking for a fluffy and enjoyable movie from the 70s, I recommend Love Story. Can we literally just drop the page right now? It's a romantic drama. Oh, is it? It's not a comedy. Thank you. Directed by Arthur Hiller. Correct. And stars Ally McGraw and Ryan O'Neal. The film tells the story of a wealthy young woman played by McGraw. No, it tells the story of Oliver, not of her.
Yeah, and she's not wealthy.
She is not wealthy at all. He is wealthy. And a working class young man played by O'Neal.
Oh, wow!
Check your facts when you use AI. Who falls in love despite their differences. Love Story became a cultural phenomenon and is known for its poignant and emotional storyline, as well as its iconic line, "Love means never having to say you're sorry." While the film has its bittersweet moments, it offers a heartfelt and sentimental portrayal of love and is considered a classic romantic movie of the 1970s.
Don't disagree
Make
there.
up your mind. Is it a romantic movie and a classic, or is it a fluffy and enjoyable movie?
Oh, that's definitely enjoyable.
Two different things. Everything else. This was like literally rip page.
Rip page.
Oh my goodness.
We'll do a proper review of this one later.
Love Story. Yeah. Too much to say and not fluffy.
Yes, quite.
But yeah,
these are fluffy.
But it did have witty dialogue.
Oh God, yeah.
Very good witty dialogue.
But also very profound dialogue here and there.
Yeah.
So it's more profound than the. I mean, everything. Anything that has a little bit of a laugh is not automatically a comedy, you know?
Exactly. And anything that has a romance in it isn't automatically a romcom. In fact, she bloody dies.
That's not romantic at all.
So, I'm going to go for Mr. Yellow over here. Okay, the 2010s. We haven't been there yet. Crazy Stupid Love.
I have not seen.
2011. I have not seen this. Shall I read it?
Or you can put it on your stack. We can't rate it. We haven't seen it, so
we can't talk about it because I literally have not seen this one. Sorry, AI. There is stuff we haven't seen. I'm gonna put it on here, see if I maybe watch it at some point. If I can believe what the AI is telling me, which I can't. Okay, 1980s. Oh yes! Oh yes! Romancing the Stone. Oh yeah! Go on. It's an adventure romantic comedy directed by Robert Zemeckis and stars Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner.
Yay!
Yay! This is such a good combo.
Basically, this is a forgotten movie. Nobody's ever talking about it.
Nobody talks about this movie, and it was so good.
We actually saw it in the cinema.
We
went to see it in the
in
cinema.
1984. Well, I guess not. I mean, I was too
5.
young to see.
No, I saw
4.
it.
No,
Yeah, but
I didn't.
by the time we got here, it was 5.
Yeah. Well, maybe I did. Maybe
I
my
think so.
parents took me. So.
Yeah, we went with the family.
The film follows the story of a romance novelist who embarks on a real-life adventure to Colombia to rescue her kidnapped sister. Now that I like. It's about her. We've established this. And she is looking for the sister. So the Bechdel test is already
Yes.
done.
Now comes the man.
Yeah. Along the way, she teams up with a rugged adventurer to navigate dangerous obstacles and unexpected romance. Well, that was a little bit, not to navigate the romance, it's just that happened.
It happened.
Romancing the Stone is known for its playful and light-hearted tone with witty banter. There's your witty banter, and between the lead characters and exciting action sequences. It's a delightful blend of adventure, romance, and comedy that captures the spirit of the 1980s entertainment. I think that is spot on.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of good, just adventurous fun with kissy. You had Crocodile Dundee, things like that. We have an adventure, and the two leads get to kiss.
End up together, yeah.
And if you make a sequel, then they're actually still
Indiana
together.
Indiana Jones also always
a little earlier.
Yeah, but that's not like a couple of years earlier. They always picked up a lady, and that's sort of the start of the genre. Is Indiana Jones? But this was
this is probably inspired by Indiana Jones and just put it to a new level. They actually created something interesting here. But also because the script is good and you have the right actors to pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little bit less on the fluff of the fluffy. The fee, definitely, but...
of the fluff.
The
It was a bit more fluffy than some other. Now, this is not love story, obviously.
Yeah, but it's a lot of adventure, and they do get into trouble, and there's guns and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Okay.
But the action movies were the mainstay of the 1980s.
Yes, they were.
You give me a choice of one.
Yeah, this is the last one.
Oh, the last one.
Last one.
Yes,
It's the last one.
Well, then I guess I have to take this one. Ah! This is the 2000s. The double noughties.
Please read the whole thing.
Oh, yes. I shall read the whole thing. Dear AI, check your facts. Here's an additional fluffy movie recommendation from the 1970s. Mamma Mia, 2008. Now, I understand why he puts this in the 70s.
I know. But still.
But okay.
I was trying to get something to the 70s and it kept missing on me.
Directed by Phyllida Lloyd. While it was released in the 2000s, the film takes place on a Greek island and features a delightful storyline with a strong 1970s influence. No, it's still 2000s. It revolves around the bride-to-be, played by Amanda Seyfried, who invites 3 men from her mother's past to her own wedding, in the hopes of discovering who her father is. The film is filled with lively ABBA songs, vibrant performances, and a picturesque setting. Mamma Mia encaptures the essence of the 70s musical comedies, there were such a thing, while delivering a joyful and feel-good experience that will have you singing along and tapping your feet. Oh yeah, I was singing along to every single song. Are you kidding me? Out loud! With people in the room.
And the AI is mostly wrong on all those things.
Yes.
This, for the people who don't know, it is actually the Mamma Mia was a stage performance first from a couple of years earlier, and then they made it maybe at least as much as 10 years on the stage first, and so it was a show, and then they put it on film.
So you know it works. what AI fails to mention and has mentioned in every single other thing is the casting. Awesome cast.
Yeah.
Star-studded forever. You get
Meryl Streep is
Pierce Brosnan. Just keep on going.
Yeah.
So, I think for the romantic, fluffy comedies or whatever it is that I thought we were looking for, the 1970s is not the place to go. There are, however, comedies. Airplane, things like that. Really straight up 1970s comedies. They do exist.
Yes, and very screwbally ones. Yeah.
So
I had them first we want to rate our rating of put it in order.
Okay.
Which is going to be a little bit of shoveling around with paper. And then I asked AI to do the same thing, so we'll have to see what it thinks.
Right.
So
okay, well, I've got 2 over here as well.
Yeah, but those ones the ones we haven't seen are off the list.
Okay, we're taking Clueless out and we're taking Crazy Stupid Love out.
And the kid, the Charlie Chaplin, the kid.
The kid. Okay, we're down to 12.
Yes. Mamma Mia, the Romancing Stone love story. Do we count Love Story because it's not a rom-com at all?
We can't count. No, sorry.
Love Story goes out.
No, can't. No, you cannot do that because it's just not a. It doesn't fit.
It doesn't. Okay. Mamma Mia, Romance in the Stone.
Oh my goodness, this is
Breakfast
not
at
easy.
Tiffany's.
No. Sorry,
outside.
AI. You suck.
See, this is why I chose so many, because I knew there was going to be stuff falling out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put them down.
Oh my god. I'm going to put the Philadelphia story at the top. Just to start off with, I mean, it's so good.
The list is best fluffy rom-com. Fluffy rom-com is the thing.
Fluffy rom-com.
So,
it has to be fun, and it has to have the romance has to be in there. Princess Bride, definitely. I think Philadelphia Story is just critically the better one.
Yes.
So under that, got Romancing the Stone.
Yes.
Do we like it better or?
I don't think it's very fluffy. That's my problem with it.
Yeah, okay, under Princess Bride, a little bit lower.
And Father of the Bride is very fluffy, maybe too fluffy.
Father of the Bride. Well, which one would you rather we watch? The Romancing of the Stone or Father of the Bride?
Romancing the Stone.
Okay, well then, me too.
Because it's overall a better movie.
Yeah. For Father of the Bride, I would actually be happy to rewatch the 50s one.
Okay.
But for the 1991, I'm going to put it under the Romancing the Stone.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde, so good. However, it's not a rom-com because she doesn't get the guys. It doesn't matter.
Bye.
And that is cool to know because it's still an awesome movie.
Yes.
And it doesn't.
And it is a comedy. Definitely
she doesn't
a comedy.
have to get the guy in order for her life to work out. So.
Pillow talk. Pillow talk.
Yeah, that is so good. Yes, under Philadelphia.
This is the top.
Yeah. Under Princess Bride, I think so. I think I have seen probably.
The problem with Princess Bride is that it's not so much a fluffy comedy as
it's an action adventure.
All round. It's an all-round thing.
Yeah,
so I think I'm gonna put the
Pillow
Talk higher.
Yeah.
It Happened One Night, which you haven't seen yet. It is not a bad movie, but it's a long time ago. It's not terrifically fluffy. It's good. But on the fluff meter,
the fluff-o-meter is going down.
The fluff-o-meter is not. I think Father of the Bride is fluffier.
All right.
But It Happened One Night is better.
No, but is it romantic? Oh well, no, Father of the Bride then.
they have some issues working out. It's more of more of the mans than of the Rome. You know what I mean.
All right, it goes under Father of the Bride. Yes.
Bringing Up Baby, and that's just straight up fluffy comedy. I mean, that's it's the previous version of a Philadelphia story, basically.
Yeah.
So the question is, over pillow talk or under pillow talk?
Well, I've certainly seen pillow talk more often, so I would.
I think we're gonna go for that. That's best.
Mm-hmm.
Some Like It Hot.
Oh my god. So good. Yes. I would definitely Philadelphia Story and then Some Like It Hot. Now, yeah, Mamma Mia. I don't believe you've seen it.
I have seen it.
You have seen it. Okay.
And it's
very good. It's very fluffy. I don't know if it's especially comedic.
Yeah, and I put it.
It is very much a rom-com. It's got pretty much all the.
This is where I put it.
Yeah, Romancing the Stone.
Below Romancing the Stone.
I would probably myself put it above it.
No,
I'm good with below. I mean, yeah.
All right. So that's the list.
All right, we have a list.
I'm gonna save this here so I know for later.
And so, what does AI say to us?
What's AI say? So I asked AI.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, putting the kid on the top, but we actually excluded.
Yeah, but I can't tell that now afterwards. This is already printed, so we'll take it as. But please start because you always have to read what it says because it's gonna give you a curveball.
AI's answer. Certainly. Because if you ask nicely,
it says certainly.
Here's a consolidated list of all the fluffy movies fluffy movie recommendations I have mentioned. That's not good text. These movies offer a variety of fluffy and enjoyable viewing experiences from different eras. Certainly. Here's a suggested order of watching the fluffy movies mentioned. And then the order goes in. Oh, no, not. I thought for a second it was going to be.
No. But I thought so too. But no.
Yeah. And so it says this order allows for a journey through different decades and provides a mix of romantic comedies, screwball comedies, and lighthearted dramas, creating a well-rounded and enjoyable viewing experience. So it is actually trying to give you not like which is sameness and which goes to the top of sameness. It's actually wanting to make programming for you.
Yeah, and that's what I asked for it because it would not give me best and worst. Would not give me its opinion because it cannot give you.
It has no opinions.
So I tried again with another list.
Right. Okay. List number 2. And he says, while opinions on movies can vary, and what one person considers best or worst may differ from another, I can provide a subjective ranking based on popular acclaim and critical reception. Here's a subjective ranking of the fluffy movies mentioned from a general, well-received standpoint. Now we're talking. Some Like It Hot at the top. Philadelphia Story.
It Happened One Night, so this is all classics.
Yeah, it likes the classics. Well, internet likes the classics, of course, because they've been around the longest.
Yeah.
Princess Bride is quite high up. Love Story, of course. Let's see what's bottom. Mamma Mia is the lowest.
Yeah.
And that can be, I think Mamma Mia may, because it's a musical, it's like an outlayer in this set. All the other ones are films.
Yes.
And so you actually have to like going to a musical and people bursting into song.
Yeah, the only other one that actually has any songs in it is Pillow Talk, and it's only because she happens to sing. But that's not. It's not a.
And
it's
that's
not
like Barbara
musical.
Streisand singing. She just sings because she sings, and
Yeah.
nobody else in the movie sings.
Exactly.
It's not exactly a musical, but of course you want Doris Day to sing.
Yeah.
Please note that this ranking is subjective and based on general acclaim, popularity, and critical reception. Your personal preferences may differ, and it's always a good idea to watch and enjoy the movies yourself to form your own opinion. What I actually like lists like this for, and I look them up on the internet all the time, like top 20, romcoms from India, whatever. I'm just making up. Is because once I know something I like, maybe I like romcoms, and then I go to ask the internet, where can I find other stuff that I like that I don't know about yet?
Yeah.
And that's why I like top
You have
lists.
now two films to watch.
Yeah, I do.
One of which you actually never heard of.
Yeah.
I believe.
Crazy Stupid Love I've not heard of, and Clueless I've heard of, but I've not seen it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna see if I want to see the kids, maybe.
Yeah. So I do think it's interesting to get recommendations based on whatever random criteria that floats my boat at that particular time. Like,
Yes.
you know, I want to see historical dramas. Give me a top 10 of cool stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there might be stuff in there and I go, I don't think so.
Yeah, and stuff that simply gets the information wrong, and then you watch a movie that you didn't expect, and that can feast or famine.
And there can be gems in there that you have absolutely never heard of.
Yes.
So I like recommendations, and this was a fun exercise with the AI going a little.
Yeah. Next time I'll make sure that
You know.
that they write about half of what they did now, because about the second half was a little bit of nothing. But you never know. I already had to cut down because every time I asked for a new one, the list got longer.
It likes to expand on itself.
So I had to go for no more than 200 words.
Yeah.
It's wordy. It likes words.
Yes. It's like...
It does not like making lists, because if you ask it to make three lists, the third list was a mess. It started the films that he didn't talk about started appearing, and other stuff started appearing. So done.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and classifying movies. Maybe there are people out there who say Love Story is a rom-com and Breakfast at Tiffany's is a comedy.
I think both those movies keep going on comic lists, and they just don't belong there.
And on this channel, we've come across several movies that are generically incorrectly billed. Like About a Boy with Hugh Grant is billed as a rom-com. There's no rom in there, and it's only a little bit comedic. It's drama.
Mostly tragic,
film.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a drama film with lighthearted, like Breakfast at Tiffany's. It is not especially a comedy, but it has comedic elements in it. Very cool.
Hopefully we have about 10 to actually make the list of. You'll know because you've clicked on this video and you know top something.
So many. You know more than we do.
And now you know our opinion, and we're sticking to it.